Hi everyone, welcome to Ferotv. I got a special guest with me today. I got two special guests and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. And what's going on?
Yeah, my name is Anthony.
Ants.
Um,
And we've done an interview before.
yeah, we done an interview. Yeah,
So we're gonna go a bit deep on that.
yeah.
And we got a special female,
Yeah. Deesh. My name Deesh.
Deesh.
Well, Khadija, what call me Deesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your first time here.
Yeah,
So you guys are gonna be starting your own podcast.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It's lady.
What's it called?
It's a
Survive.
sheep.
Survivor. So you guys didn't like my logo. You weren't even nice about it. You were just the logo's rubbish.
I didn't say that.
I was just there. Did you hear my response? I just go,
cool. I just saw.
I said, literally. I said, I was nice.
No, do you know what it is? It was. I don't know. I was expecting something a bit different.
okay. Well, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna start with something and then do animation and do all these special things, but I wanted you guys to be happy with the beginning first.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it didn't really do nothing for me, to be honest. If I'm being honest, it didn't really do nothing for me. Like,
I know you didn't
I
put
was,
work in, like,
I was shocked.
I know you did.
No, to be fair, like, and no disrespect to you and your craft there, 'cause I know you're on job when it comes to these things, but to be fair, it just seemed like you just kind of rushed it in the last like half an hour.
No, it's the beginning. That's what I do. It's the beginning stage.
No, but
We
you
work.
you said like you got the whole day, so we were expecting
Yeah,
like a
so
quick
we was
piece of it.
expecting like a big piece, or like you was gonna send ideas throughout the day and then we things.
No,
and stuff
I ended
like
up out of school, then I ended up at work.
Okay, so then it just looked like she just couldn't.
Okay, so we're gonna get back to that. We're gonna get back to that.
Yeah, but just take your time, like.
So,
Oh, dear.
tell me about your guys' podcast. What makes your guys' podcast different, or what's gonna make your guys' podcast stand out from everyone else's?
It's just gonna be realistic.
It's gonna be more realistic. It's not necessarily scripted.
Yeah.
Real
Real life
stories are gonna be like, we just want honest stories, honest people, to like get their story out there, for us to get our story out, and to create awareness for like sepsis, for sickle cell, and many other things, and even touching across like people that have gone through certain things in their life, like they used to be this bad person or whatever, and they've turned their life around. They've done a 360. I've spoken to a couple of people already that are interested in doing interviews and stuff like that. People that have turned their life around, created big businesses and stuff, and they've gone from doing all the road stuff to, being legit and becoming very successful.
So you're trying to inspire these.
Yeah.
It's all inspiration, really.
Yeah, I don't really like most of the podcasts out there. They're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all like the same kind of.
Cliche stuff, and they're talking about what's going on the net. And
Yeah, it's like, that's like I'm not dealing with gossip and all that. I'm dealing with real life situations.
inspirational people. Something
Yeah,
that make you want to act.
we want to. The whole premise of our thing is we want to inspire people. Yeah, and we want people to be inspired and show that there's other ways, and you don't have to give up. Because people go through certain things in their life. Like, I suffered from depression, like, for a long time in my life before I was even diagnosed. And it put me in some really dark places. So,
So tell me about your story with sepsis.
you wanna go first? You could go first.
I'm
You
out
go
there.
first.
You talk.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So basically, it was 3 years ago. Yeah, it was about 3 years ago. it was October, my sister's birthday. We decided to meet up at my grand's, had some food, got drunk, fell asleep. So we all fell asleep at my grand's. And then I woke up, didn't feel too right, went to the toilet, threw up. I just thought, oh, it's the alcohol or whatever. I didn't think much of it. So I went back to laid down for maybe I was tossing and turning for, let's say, just under 2 hours. Then my gran came downstairs to do the Sunday dinner and stuff like that. So she said, go upstairs. Because I asked her if she's got any paracetamol because I felt cold, so I could tell that I got a temperature. So she said, go upstairs and lay down, bring it for you, so on and so forth. So my wife helped me upstairs, got into the bed. She was trying to get me to take off my clothes. While I was free, I was shivering. I didn't want to take off my clothes. I refused point blank to take off my clothes. So I literally went under the duvet, fully clothed. And I was sweating, the whole bed was soaked. I was sweating, they was giving me tablets, and this went on for a couple of hours again. And then my wife said she thinks that they should call an ambulance. So they called the ambulance. So one of the ambulance crew actually said he thinks that I've got sepsis, but he's not sure. So they was just going by my obs and so on and so forth, because I also suffer from sickle cell anemia. But they're aware of all of this anyway, so they took it into consideration. And then by the time they got me into the ambulance, I passed out.
Okay.
I must have woken up when I got to the hospital because I had papers to sign and stuff like that, because they wouldn't allow my wife to come and so forth. So they put me in for emergency surgery. All this time, all of this part is a bit hazy. I remember little bits and pieces, and they rushed me into surgery because they knew I had some kind of infection. They didn't know where it was, what it was. So they opened up my stomach. They couldn't find anything. And then when the blood results came back, I think it had markers for sepsis. It showed them that I had E. coli, and then the markers was coming up for sepsis. So pretty much the rest of it is what I've just been told. So I was in intensive care. I was in intensive care all in all for about 10, 11, maybe 12 days the most, not even that. But at one point they told my wife and my gran to come and say goodbye, because they thought this is it. When they took out all the equipment out of my throat and all that stuff, I started breathing and kind of just started to come to, but they had to sedate me. They had to keep me sedated. And then they said that I have to wake up gradually. But I kept fighting it. So they was giving me so much sedation until they couldn't give me any more. So they just said, all right, let's just leave him to wake up. I had very, very lucid dreams. It seemed like it was real, real. Because there's, imagine you've got people in your family, yeah, that you see all the time. Maybe even people that you might not see all the time, but it's members of your family, your friends, and you're seeing all these people. It's a normal scenario. It's not, there's nothing.
It can hurt.
There's nothing, it's like you're fully awake.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say,
Yeah,
this is a dream.
Yeah, but I can relate to exactly what Ants saying. When I woke up, I remember saying to my partner, we was on some ride and was going backwards. And he said, listen, we're on something and it was going fast. He was like, what?
The same thing what you're saying is
it's
similar to what I went through.
Yeah.
There was one, imagine, so I know I'm in hospital. No, it wasn't hospital. Well, yes, it was hospital. I was in a room. But it's I could walk in the room and I was just sleeping it was like I was just living in the hospital. That's how it was like. And then I'd come out this room, but where no problem. where the lifts are, where the lifts is supposed to be. So it's like you come out the store, and the lift's there.
Yes, that's how. Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's how
and
I
it goes in the lift. So you go in the lift. When you come out the lift, you're in some totally different place.
That is so weird.
You're in some totally different place.
The
Like
lift was right by my bed.
at one point, I was in a different country.
Yeah, I was
Like
in
I
in Jamaica.
I wasn't in yard. Like I was in. I don't know, somewhere in North America. Yeah, but there was how many actors? Like George Clooney was there. Action Bronson was there. Who else? Throughout it was like.
Was it the drugs that did that?
Yeah.
It must have been the drugs. But
You was jacked up.
it was real. It was like it was real.
Real.
There was nothing that
Even
happened.
sometimes I think now I'm trying to differentiate what was real, what was
Yeah.
What was
Like-
your experience? What was your experience?
Oh, well, sepsis. Okay, so I had twin babies in April 2023. Normal pregnancy, everything. I've got 2 older kids. So normal pregnancy. Gone into labor, had them, and basically went home the next day. They sent me home. Gone home now, starting to feel a little bit of pain in my stomach. So I'm thinking, what's going on? Like, but telling the midwives, they're like, we just had twin babies, like brushing me off, just stagger your painkillers. I'm taking paracetamol. They're telling me take the ibuprofen with the paracetamol. So I'm like, cool, trying that, nothing working. Like, I'm still feeling bad. As each day's going on now, I'm feeling worse. Like, I'm vomiting out. I'm saving what Ants is saying. Like, I'm in the bed one night shivering to my partner. I'm like, I'm cold. He's like, it's not cold. Like, I just put the heating on. But I couldn't regulate my temperature. Literally just can't eat, literally vomiting everything, but I'm not vomiting, I'm food. I'm just vomiting like just stomach bowel where I'm not eating.
I couldn't even eat at all.
I couldn't eat. My nan's come down the day I went and called the ambulance. My nan's come down and told her I'm sick. She's come down with cornmeal porridge. Couldn't even eat that. Like, I usually eat my nan's cornmeal porridge. Couldn't eat that. Everything just tasted weird and I couldn't eat it. So then that's the pain when I was like, something's wrong. This was day 5 now, being home. I'm saying something's wrong. Like, usually I'll call 111, but I was like, no, I'm calling the ambulance. Called the ambulance now. The ambulance come for me. They done observation. They took me in. I'm sitting in A&E. This is where I'm like vomiting, still vomiting. I'm in and out of consciousness. I'm by myself. I'm not really know what's going on. But now I've spoken. The A&E doctor came to see me when I was on the ward, so he kind of filled in the gaps. So I know what happened. So basically, I went into an A&E. They then took me to resus, which is like more priority part of A&E, and was still running tests, doing CT scans. They didn't actually know what's going on. They said I was dehydrated, so they put me on like a drip. But I'm still like bad. So then they ended up putting me in intensive care because they didn't know exactly what was the problem. So they don't want to put you to wards, and that's not the problem. So they put me into intensive care. That was like early morning. I've got into intensive care now. The next day in the morning, the surgeon comes to me and says, you think you have like an abscess in your womb that needs to be drained because it's causing an infection. So I think, okay. But it's like, they're making me sign their things because it's like life or death really. And if they put me to sleep in the state that I am, it's kind of risky because my heart rate's high and my blood pressure is low. So
I think for most operations you have to sign. They give you papers to sign.
Yeah, they do. But mine was like a 50-50. Like they're trying to scare my family. When they're pushing me down, they're telling my partner like, "What's your last words?" and that. He's like, "What do you mean last words? She's coming back." Like, so I've done that. I've got to go down to surgery now. I remember just saying to myself, "I got this," and then boom, everything back. Next thing, I've woken up thinking I've just had my surgery, but I've really just been in a coma for a whole week.
Wow.
And then I got revealed my body. My hands up to like here.
That was the part, you know.
Yeah.
When I like, because obviously I saw my hands first, and I was like, what? Like, so I'm like, my hand was like this.
Yeah.
And I couldn't open it. Yeah. You could put £1 million in front of me and say, open your hand. I couldn't open it. Yeah.
See.
I'm looking at my hand. Why does my hand look like that? Why does it look like that? Looking at like, so this hand, it was like all my fingers. like they told me, oh, I shouldn't pick it off. I'll pick it up. Like I think in a way it's a good thing that I picked it off because I've got these speakers. So, but this one there was nothing I could do about it because it was just like a claw.
Yeah,
like that's what I used to say. It was a claw.
My left arm
So,
was like burnt.
Yeah, and it was all black.
Yeah,
just
so-
like exactly like my jumper.
Yeah.
That's well, have you seen the pictures?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that it was shocking. Like,
because I was like, I'm still thinking, like, you're not taking the piss with me. Like, because to me, when I've woken up now and my family's telling me that I've, like, been sleeping for a week, I'm thinking they're running a joke with me that I've said this before, that I'm thinking that this journey is like a prank and fake. Like, you lot are running a joke. I won't sleep for a week. What do you mean? I've just had my surgery. Like, I'm not believing them. I'm like, you lot are literally trying to pull my leg in. What are you doing? Then I've seen my body now, then it's kind of like, froze me, like, and it's so deep that I even stopped speaking. Like, I think, like, a couple of days later, I was talking a lot when I came out my coma. I was very much like talking to I was busting jokes with people. I was telling people that they look like Shrek. Busting jokes.
I was the same thing.
I was telling people they're ugly. I was telling them to fuck themselves. Like, I was just very, very cool. Like, and then I went quiet. Like, next couple of days gone quiet. Families come to see me. I'm just like, not saying nothing. They're like, Deesh, you're right. I'm like, I'm not speaking, just nodding and shaking my head. And then I didn't know. They thought that the sepsis may have traveled to my brain because that is possible. So they took me down to MRI scan and they checked me.
You're
I
fine.
was fine. So as they're pushing me back to the ward, my nurse has told me this now, but I kind of remember it. She's pushing me back to the ward. All they've heard is, hi, from nowhere. So they turn around, like the porters turn around and she's turned around like, huh? It's the same girl we just took to MRI because she's not talking. Like, she's talking now. And then she was like, hi, like, do you know where you are? And I'm like, I'm looking up. And I remember saying this. I'm like, yeah, I'm in Jamaica. But I was saying it because, like, literally the glass was like, it was a glass ceiling and the sun was beaming on me. So I'm saying, like, I'm in yard, like, I'm in Jamaica, like, this is hot, like, I'm out here, like, that's what I'm thinking. And she's like, no, you're at St. George's Hospital and this is happened to you. And I'm just like, whatever. But I'm just talking, so I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's talking normal, but I was mute for days. Like, my family was like, why is she not speaking?
Wow.
What have you got done to her? Because she was so vocal when she woke up and now she's not speaking. But I don't know if that was like the shock. It like hit me after, like, farting. My body's mashed up, like. So the shock hit me after, which made me kind of like not want to talk to no one. Because there was not anything actually wrong with me.
I don't think I went through shock like that. Like, I mean, I was surprised. Like, I saw my hand was the first thing I saw. When I saw my feet, I was like, what is all this? Like, take this stuff off. Like, and he goes, like, no, I can't, like, it's necrosis. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
So they said, so they're explaining, like, listen, this is what's happened to you. And that's when they started to
They never really
explain
explained to
everything.
me. I didn't really know what was going on.
They didn't explain to me in full, but like some things, because I was still kind of not with it.
Yeah.
So they explained.
thought it was a
But do you know
thing.
what? In a way, I kind of had it. My situation was slightly better than yours because I had time to get used to going for surgery.
Oh, yeah.
So like, when I woke up, I couldn't walk and all that, like, and they got me a frame at first.
What do you mean, surgery to get...
Before I had my amputations.
Oh, okay.
The only surgery I had is like where they opened my stomach.
Yeah.
But they hadn't done anything.
Well, he wasn't in a coma. Did they put you...
Yeah, they put me in induced coma.
After the surgery?
No, before. Like, when I went into hospital, they put me in induced coma.
Yeah.
But I was more or less, I wasn't with it anyway. I was kind of like as I said, when I went into the ambulance, I knocked out. Clearly, there was points where I woke up because I had to sign paperwork. No one was there. So like, I think my family was making their way to the hospital. And I think because this was all around COVID times, I think the only reason that they was really allowed in is because how serious it was.
Yeah.
So,
So what was the experience like? Like, you get home first week, you know, like, what was that experience like?
What do you mean after you've been released? from hospital?
Yeah, you released.
So I keep saying release like it's jail because
No, man, that is it though. That is it. You get released from the hospital. But it's, you know what it is? For me, it was a bit different because I got released from hospital into rehabilitation centre.
Same.
Okay.
Same. Mine was
So
take.
my one was in Kenneton.
So I mean, when you got home, like now.
Oh, when I got home, so after that,
everything.
so I couldn't go, like, because my house was like, I lived in a flat in a house. So there's stairs, there's no lifts, nothing. So I couldn't, it wasn't suitable for me. So in between the time they were trying to like liaison with different councils to try to find somewhere for me to live. So literally when I came out, I went into a hotel. That was a journey and a half. So the hotel, it was a travel lodge in Clapham Junction. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
Can I give you a little?
That was the first hotel. I got moved about 14 times.
Wow.
And
Was this the housing in this?
Like, well, the council basically, yeah. So we moved from there to Premier Inn in Tooting. That wasn't too bad, actually. It was all right. It was quite nice. We got breakfast and stuff like that because there's certain hotels that we moved to, and there was other people that we met in the hotels that was there for different reasons, but the council had put them in there. But they had free meals. They were getting free meals a day. All of that stuff. I wasn't getting that. So basically, I said to them, "Listen, I can't give up my," because the council was trying to tell me that I have to give up my place and put my stuff in storage until I said, "So who's going to pay for that?"
Yeah.
So he goes, "Oh, you'll get it at a discount rate." This means, no, I'm not willing to do that. I refuse to do that. Yeah, I'm not giving up my house, and it's that simple. Yeah. So what we had to do, so like I had loads of medication when I left hospital. I had and I've got no fingers on my left hand, so for me to carry stuff is hard. And then plus I'll be still getting used to walking on prosthetic legs. So I can't really do nothing. So my wife has got to do everything. And we're talking about crates of like milk drinks, to get my system back to normal, build my system back up. Because I was supposed to have that and eat food and this and then take this medication and that medication. I was on so many different medications. And so we'd be at the hotel for 2-3 days. And then the manager will say to us, "Listen, the people only signed off for you for a few days. So you need to contact them." So we contact them. They tried to extend it. But then what happened is, remember, they're a hotel, so they're getting booked up. So these different things was happening, so you have to go. Yeah. So they might have space for
3 nights.
3 nights.
But not for the week that you need.
But because we had a good rapport with the manager at the Premier Inn he gave us a room. He gave us he made sure we had the proper rooms that we're supposed to have. Because sometimes there's some hotels that we went and we just had to make do. It wasn't a proper accessible room. Well, it was an accessible room, but it wasn't ideal for me. Yeah. And so the best hotel that we stayed at was the Premier Inn in Tooting. That was the best one. Anyway, we moved there. We had to move from there to back to Clapham Junction, and from Clapham Junction we moved to Collier's Wood, Premier Inn. Then we was there for about a week or so. And bearing in mind, I've got to go backwards and I've got hospital appointments and all that. So every time I'm moving, it's making things awkward because the transport will go to the old hotel or they'll go.
Oh yeah,
So it was very that time, the time that leaving hospital till we got our place, because what we had to do as well is go back to the old house for her to make lunch, make dinner, spend time there. So we're not just sitting down in the hotel the whole time. So that's what we had to do. We was back and forth in from the house. So we'd leave in the evening from the old house to go back to the hotel, sleep.
Wow,
Wake up.
a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
How did you find the support?
When I came out of hospital, so when I was in hospital for 6 months, and then I went straight to rehab for 3.5 months. So it's a different rehab to him. My one was Queen Mary's in Roehampton. Spent 3.5 months there, but Monday to Friday I was there. Friday evening I'd go home, spend the weekend with the kids.
So you're lucky.
So I was treating it like work at home, like bagging out physio in the week, and then like, on the weekends I'm at home with the kids. So when I actually got fully home was the 26th of January 2024 last year. That's when I fully came home, and that was a big change for me because remember I'm leaving 2 kids. I've come back. I've got 4 kids now. They're still babies. They're 9 months. I've missed out a whole chunk of their life, where I'm only just seeing them on the weekends and when they're coming off for visits at the hospital. So that was a big adjustment. Like coming back to 2 babies, that twins. I got twins. Like, so that was a lot. Like getting their routine in, but also I'm healing at the same time.
So
I was super mum mode. Like I can't even I'm just trying to get back to my walking, like get back to being active, because I can't sit in the bed. I've got kids running around. Like I can't be sitting on the bed. My kids are calling around this time. My older 2 are at school. So it was it was very overwhelming, I'm saying.
I think I'm like that anyway. I can't keep still. Like I have to keep. I've always been somebody I'm doing stuff. I've got things to do. I used to be very, very active. I mean, I'm still active now as much as I can be.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
So
my independence was obviously strict for me because I've just got one hand still, but I've basically got nothing. That I was got this plus their arm, and then there's no fingers on this. Like, I've had to learn how to adapt with my limbs basically. So like, they've made it like straps for eating. Where I was in hospital, everyone was feeding me. So like, slowly my independence came back. But I would say the best thing was when I started driving again, is that's when I actually felt like me. But that period that I wasn't driving, I was depressed at home. I would say, like, looking back now, I was in a dark place, but no one probably knew because I was just pushing. But yeah.
Wow. So what made you feel, like both of you, but what made you feel, I want to, do a podcast. I want to explain to people your experience and push it out there. What was the moment where you felt, you know what, I'm going to actually fight back and do something?
When I was in hospital, I had this thought as well. I was like, was this happening to me? I let my story out to the GoFundMe, and then you got a massive response. Like, I raised, like, I think the first day was like 25, 30 bags in one day. I was like, raw. Like, it went viral. I didn't expect it to do that. And then, I was thinking, I was like, what can I actually do now? Because I'm limited. What can I do? Like, I do want to spread awareness for sepsis to let people know how dangerous this is. Like, that I feel like I've been given another chance here to like do something with myself. Like, I felt like I had a purpose. So, that's literally what it was. I was like, what can I do? Thinking, I was like, podcast is a good thing. Getting people on, spreading my awareness, my story. Obviously, everyone's
pretty much the same.
Everything's on social media right now.
Did you guys feel like they tried to leave out people with disabilities in general?
Not in this day and age. I'll see people with disabilities.
It's better than it
was
used to be.
Yeah.
But it's still got a way to go.
Yeah. There's still a lot. There's a lot of people like in the industry that do have disabilities and have pushed their team to, because there's people that I was watching when I was in hospital that are in my position now, called amputees, and they're doing big things. So that was all like inspiration for me.
See, and for me it was different, like, cause like, although we've gone through the same journey, I went through it. The time that I went through it was wow.
Because it was COVID, didn't it?
It was COVID.
Yeah.
So
that's
everything, So I felt like I was going mad at certain times. Like I threatened to leave the rehab unit. like then there were certain times like I'm like having arguments with my wife, and it was very stressful. It was very, very stressful. But like I'd like to say that I'm a strong-minded person. Like, yeah, I have weak moments, but I'm a very strong-minded person, and I try not to. I've always kind of been like that. I'm trying not to let anything hinder me. So like, even with my sickle cell, like I get sick, I still fight through and do certain things, and the doctors say, why do you like? I lost my mom when I was 7. Yeah, and my last memory of seeing her alive, the ambulance came to take her, and she said bye, and they went, and that was the last time I saw her alive. So from there, like, I don't know, it's like unconsciously I just developed this thing in my head that I don't want to go to hospital. So like, even when I was young and my dad had to deal with certain things, like when I got sick and stuff, but he wouldn't rush me to the hospital straight away. He'd try and do things himself the best way he could. Like, he'll put
That
like hot water on there on my back, because most of my pain will be in my back. So he will get a basin with boiling hot water, put a flannel like on my back and stuff, and then rub it. Yeah, so I kind of built up a tolerance to a set, because he would literally wait till the last, like, when he feels like
that, yeah.
Nah, he can't.
There's nothing I don't do. That's like
taking me.
Like, I would say in the aspect, like, I've got a very high pain threshold. So when this was going on and I got home, I was just like riding it out, like thinking I just had babies. This we just ride this out, like it's gonna go. Like, pain is just temporary. That's what I'm thinking. But it's like when it got to day 5 now, and I'm like, I know me and I know myself. I know there's little tricks that I have to say, like all that stuff, like you know, you know
how to deal with certain things.
Like go in a bar, drink a hot tea, and all that stuff. And I'm trying all of that, and I'm saying
when you're trying all of that and nothing's working,
you know that, it's hospital time.
But that is my thing, and for years, throughout my whole teenage years, that was my thing. Like, I literally wait until it's the worst of the worst. But even then, imagine, I used to drive myself to the hospital.
Wow.
Like, I'll take my time. Like, so like, it would be a process. So like, because most of the time when my sickle cell bothers me, it's mainly my back, my lower back. It's always 90% of the time it's been that. As I got older, it started like my knees and the odd other place, but my main thing is my back. So like, I take all the painkillers and everything, and then I just do everything in stages. So like, I'll put my clothes on, then I'll sit down for a bit, smoke some weed, put that down. Then like, I'll get my coat, and like, I always used to walk in my bag and stuff, like, so I've got my computer in there, I've got everything, whatever I need in there. Sometimes I even go so far as to stop at the shop. I get like munchies, whatever I like, and treats and stuff like that. No, I know I'm staying in there, it's guaranteed I'm staying in there. So I just used to get on, and like, even the shop man, like, he's like, cause everyone calls him Fat Man. In my area, everyone knows Fat Man, yeah? So Fat Man, you okay? Because he called me like from old school, that he known me for so long. He's like, Ratty, okay? Like, yeah man, I'm good. No, you don't look good. It's all right, like, please just, I'm trying to get out of here. Like, I need to go to the hospital. Like, he goes, oh, what's wrong? He goes, cause like, me and him's like, he's cool with everyone in the area. So like, he knows like I'm sick. He might not know the full, but he knows that I'm sick. So he said, all right, then go. Like, or sometimes he just make me take the things, and this, he's like, just make your missus come with her money, or whatever. Like,
so what's the goal now? Like, because I know this is gonna go viral already. So
I like energy,
no, because we're going to be doing this. Obviously, this is us now. This is the new team. So what is the goal? Like, what is the message you're trying to get out there?
The message that I think, well,
before you answer that question, don't forget, what's going on with the book, bro?
innit? I'm saying exactly.
No. What chapter you on?
10.
Good. And then answer the question. That's what I wanted to hear.
When's the book coming?
10.
Come
To
on,
be
put
fair,
pressure.
no, wait. No. It's fine. It's quite fine. You lot can put pressure on me. I kind of need that anyway. No, I've been letting things get in the way, to be honest. Like, I've had certain family issues going on. That's like, by the time I deal with that, because
Put
it's
yourself first when I do.
Why not go home?
Chapter 10 is good. Chapter 10 is
No,
good.
at least you started.
Chapter 10 is good. It's good.
He's putting me to shame. I ain't even started yet.
You haven't started.
My book's coming as well.
But yeah, it's anyway. The book is called Rising from the Ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So what's your, because I know you were on BBC.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your goal?
This right, she's a pro at this thing, man. She's gonna teach me. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm learning. I'm new to this.
What is the goal? What is the
The
ultimate
goal,
goal?
but obviously the goal is to like spread awareness. with
Let's
sepsis.
show people that it's possible. Everything's possible.
Everything's possible. Just that motivation. Just to like, there's people that say they watch me and they get motivation from me. They're thinking I ain't got nothing to be worried about because look how she's dealing with life. So that's all I wanted to do. Like, I was like, yeah, inspiration.
I get the same kind of things. Like some people, cause like before the leg, my first set of prosthetics I had was a lot bigger, so I couldn't really wear jeans. Like all my jeans that I had was kind of slim fit, like, and so I couldn't really put them on. So I was wearing shorts all the time. I mean, I still wear shorts now underneath my trousers just in case I need to adjust myself or anything like that. So at least, no matter where I am, I can take down my trousers and tape my legs and adjust it and do what I need to do, and you know. But yeah, I used to wear shorts all the time, and even like it was cold, but I had big coats and all that. So like, but it was freezing. Even one time was at one of the hotels that was at the Holiday Inn, because that was the one that we stayed there the longest before we got the place. We were there for months. Yeah, we got there in, I think it was August 23. Was it August 23? No, wait. Yeah, I think it was August 23. Yeah, we're in 25. I've been married. This year will be 3 years I've been married. So like, basically, I came, she said to me, when I was on my way to, like, when I was making the transition over from the hospital to reach, like, you know, we're getting married, right? Like, I'm not even trying to hear nothing. That I didn't trust you, so you know what? When we sort out, like, we're getting married this year, I don't care. So said, so done. So said, so done. So like, when I came out in March, and by that October we was married.
That's beautiful.
Goals.
No, I put hella work in, man. Like, I've always thought, like, from the 4 days after my amputation, I was in the gym. I didn't even know I was allowed to be. Like, the physio came around and he said, "Oh, do you want to go in the gym?" So I'm like still connected up. I got fentanyl and all this, like, in my fentanyl going into my leg. Like, there's a line going in there, and I was like, when I looked at the thing and I'm like, hold on, this is fentanyl. This be about, like, am I okay here? Because I've only heard bad things. I didn't even know you get in the hospital. That was the first time I ever got it. It's like, yeah, but the dose is really, really small. Like, it's just to numb the pain, so you don't feel no pain like that. So, alright, cool. So, yeah, they had to take off everything and whatever. I then went in the gym, did an hour in the gym, got really close to that physio. Like, he put me through my paces, but he could see that I was that kind. He was easy with me at first, and he's like, you think you're tough, yeah? He goes, right then. He's like, bet, and he started putting all these things in the way, like, and he's like, all right, climb down from. I was like, how am I gonna climb down from it? He goes, climb down from there. You can climb down from this, not as high as you think. Like, what? He's like, climb down from there. So like, they rode. Then hitched one of my legs down and then went down.
What's that
It was crazy.
What's the information you're trying to get to What are we meant to learn? What is the information?
We want to, what we're going to do in terms of sepsis.
Just the awareness thing, looking out for the signs and the symptoms.
What are those?
So shivering, like we said, we both experience shivers. Temperature.
Nausea.
Or nausea, sometimes diarrhea.
Yeah, sometimes diarrhea. There's different, like, I didn't experience half of the symptoms that are there for sepsis. Like, I think I experienced about 2. Like, I don't know, what about you?
Mine, some of them, the number one is like molting on your skin or your skin changing colour. My palm was actually, on my right hand, was actually changing colour.
I don't think mine was changing colour until I went to the hospital.
Yeah, that's when
I don't really
it was
remember.
itching at home. At first, it was really itchy, and then when I went to the hospital, it started changing colour. Was that like a bloody colour, like a red colour underneath my palm? So yeah, that molting of the skin, that's another one. Also, like they say
clamminess as well.
That was just feeling like you're gonna die. Like you're on your last legs. And I'm not gonna lie, that's the feeling I felt when I called the ambulance, that I was gonna die.
You know what it is? Because I'm so used to being sick.
Yeah.
Like when I get certain other sicknesses, I think what I've come to realize is it doesn't affect me the same way it affects other people. So maybe there was certain things that I was feeling, but I didn't realize at the time. But yeah, just to create more awareness, make people more, because like even on in the cab coming down here, the cabman didn't know what sepsis was. So like I had to explain.
How to explain it? Like no one ever knows, and I'm like, they're like, what happened to you? I'm like, sepsis. They're like, huh? What's sepsis? Like, and I have to explain myself. And then people also mistake it for septicemia. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Sepsis is literally a reaction to any infection. That could be like a cut on your skin. If that gets infected and your body
has a
your body can go into this thing called sepsis, and it's different. There's 3 different stages of sepsis as well. I think you had sepsis shock as well, which is the worst one. Septic shock is the worst one, where you're all going to start feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we had. But you can have sepsis and just get antibiotics and you're good.
As long as it gets treated with the thing with sepsis, it's time sensitive.
Yeah.
So like you might not know that you have it, but if you've got the symptoms, just go straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
Straight to the hospital. Even if you think, oh, it's not that bad. But as long as if you've got like at least, I'd say 2 of them symptoms on the list.
You don't have to be anything.
Just go to the hospital. Because the quicker you catch it, the better. Because if they catch it early on, you wouldn't go through what we went through. And 70% of people that get sepsis die.
Yeah, that's quite hard.
So we are the 30%.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like not passing no urine in a day, they say that one as well. I remember when I was in hospital and they was asking me to do like a urine sample, that I was struggling to go to the toilet. So that's another symptom as well.
Wow.
Those are like the main ones, I'd say.
So now this show, every week you're gonna have a group of, how are everyone gonna log on to your guys' show, which is starting? Which we're starting straight away, by the way. We're starting straight away. So how's everyone, how you guys get
YouTube? I guess it's gonna do YouTube.
YouTube channel, social media, anyway we can, really. Anywhere we can.
I'm gonna have a section on Ferotv.
So like that too. Let's make sure that we've got our section on.
We need a lot of support, because I'm seeing like, obviously I've mentioned it before in like my previous interview I've done on another platform. And I've had loads of people. When you do an interview, you're just talking like what's coming next. And I mentioned my podcast, and I've actually got like loads of people messaging me like, "Where's this podcast?" I'm like, "Well, what's actually listening? Like you actually on, you're not pressuring me now. You're pressuring me."
Because like as soon as like we kind of discussed it and said, all right, let's do this. Like, I started contacting people straight away, and then I'm just like, you know what? Because I just started. When I get a new idea, my head just starts going crazy, and I just act on it. So I start phoning up everybody I can phone up and just say, listen, I'm doing this. This is what I plan to do.
Even
I want to try and get people to interview and whatever.
I love that as well. Like even certain people I've seen on TikTok with like a mad story. I've already DM'd them and I've said, listen, I got one podcast coming, I would like you to go to join, and they all been like, yeah, I'm not wrong. Like, I'm actually getting, because they see my story and they're inspired by me, it's like, I want to get on that. Like, like, I'm just building a connection.
Saturday, we had an event for people with MS.
Yeah.
And just getting the community together, people with visible and invisible disabilities.
The worst thing is, I plan to come, but like my situation at the moment is a bit.
But I'll be honest, it was the best event we've had here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because for the same thing what you were saying, due to the fact that you said such a
ego.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do as well. Also, like this, I've done one before when I was in hospital. I did it from my hospital bed. I literally done a fundraiser from my hospital bed. I didn't even have my legs at this point. I was still like without the prosthetics.
Yeah, because you don't get prosthetics straight away. Yeah. People don't realize that.
In
you
the
don't.
Chair, literally on a weekend leave, and I've done it. Like just put it out there, sold out. The tickets sold out. Like it was a good little vibe. Raised a good amount of money as well. But like now that I'm out and I'm more active, I do a handle it.
Change the world.
I would have fun. There's
was that a break something? What are you gonna break it back?
Break that. How we break me? What about we just break the gherkin though?
Yeah, we got to have serious words with that guy that works in there. The big guy.
So they want to be in there doing like the shubs and that.
Yeah, I really got some. I've got some strong controversial words for people like Sadiq. Yeah.
No, but do you see the MP that is a called amputee?
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone's like, you should message him and hit him up and all that. I'm like,
no, I think they'll come.
Yeah. You know, like, I'm up with the lights, everything that's come and you see the BBC is not me, like everyone's come to me. I just prefer it to be like organic. Yeah. I'm not pushing myself on no one.
Because you just have to
all
at peace with what you're doing.
Even like
yourself and
certain influencers that I grew up like watching that they're DMing me. I'm like, what? Like influencers are following me that I watch on TikTok, but they're following me, hitting me up. I'm like, bro, like I'm actually making the difference from people, but you just always forever stay humble anyway. Like, wherever you come from, I'm not gonna act away because I'm getting a little bit of recognition right now.
That's it. But
yeah, man, I just want
to just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And
eventually, like, I've got a few ideas, like, things we'll have like special days or whatever, like we'll have events. Eventually we'll get to that point. Yeah. I've got so many ideas differently that but
sometimes you just don't even talk to me.
You know what it is? And it's our lifestyles as well. Like we're very busy. Like as much as I'm in my situation, I'm currently looking after a family member myself or helping to. Because, well, let's not even get into that. But
I'm active.
Everyone's busy, man.
Yeah.
I got 4 kids.
I could imagine.
It's busy.
So, I totally get it. But you know what I do? I work around, because when I had children, and I just thought, you know what, I'm not leaving them, so you guys are gonna be part of what I'm doing. I brought my kids in, they started rapping and they started doing. I was not gonna. I saw the program, so I just included them. Like I had my son on my back all the time. Like I would perform at a show. I don't care if my son can't be on my back. I ain't turning up. He's gonna be there.
That's like me as well. I'm trying to even do like content with my family as well, because I got a settle. I got twins. I got 2 other kids. My kids are funny as hell as well. Like just getting them doing their thing as well.
Because less pressure. I think when you just be real, less pressure.
Yeah, literally.
This is it. This is what.
Because people are asking for like day in the life of like a mum being amputee, stuff like that. So just on TikTok, just vlogging my day with my kids.
So just let me know. We can I can help to put something nice together, and we just keep going.
Yeah, man. Just keep pushing.
So that's it. So we're gonna be. You guys are gonna be here next.
Yeah.
Without me. the cameraman.
Literally.
Yeah.
The coordinator.
The next time you see us, it'll be our
Sublimacy.
Yeah.
on the show, Survivor Seat.
Survivor Seat.
Yeah.
Now, where we gonna do it? You think we're gonna do it here? We're gonna move? Are we gonna
So
move?
we're gonna be alone to see.
We'll have to see. We'll have to-
yeah.
I'm going on holiday next week.
Yeah, we're
I'm going on holiday next week.
Where you going?
I'm going.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah. It's his birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, didn't really
Yeah.
do too much, like because like I had responsibilities I had to deal with. So
Is it?
He's literally that up when he goes on holiday, man.
yeah. Most definitely. I ain't been like last time I went away was 2019.
Yeah, he has been away since he's.
Yeah, this is gonna be the first time going away since with my amputees. I mean my amputations, prosthetics and amputations. Yeah, see, I finally get the words up, like, but yeah.
So we're gonna be back here again. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
And yeah, like this is family connections. Basically, you have a mutual cousin.
Okay.
So yeah, we're like cousins, right? And like, but my funny thing is when I was going through, my cousin came to see me, and she was like, "My cousin is amputee as well, you know." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah," like telling me his story. I'm like, "No, I need to speak to him because it's bare things I need to know." So she put us in contact with each other, and then since then it's just been like, "And so this happened to you?" Like, I get decent shit. Like, so yeah, man.
So I got one question for both of you, and I want you to answer it any way you think. Just be real with it, because I always say to people, in 10 years' time,
Yeah.
what do you want to say to yourself now for yourself in 10 years' time? So now you're giving yourself a
You're
message.
your old man. I'm joking.
I'm getting better, man. I'm getting better. Like,
What would you
you hear me?
What
I need to get rid of these grades. Like, it's getting a bit wild.
So I'm 30, so I'll be to 40. What would I say to my 30-year-old?
No, what would you say to your 40?
40-year-old. Oh, okay. Live your life. Your kids are big now. Yeah, outside. I'm joking.
We out here.
I'm joking.
No.
Because I'm always thinking you're gonna watch this in years to come.
Yeah.
And then this is gonna be a critical part. You're gonna listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Like what
No, I'm
do you
just-
tell yourself?
Yeah, on a serious note. Tell myself you made it. You made it. You made it. Because by then, 10 years' time, I made it.
And me, I tell myself, yeah, you've done good, but you can do better. I'm very critical of myself. I can't help it. No, seriously. Even like because I have counselling for all of this stuff as well, and they say to me like a lot of the time what my counsellor says to me is that I'm too hard on myself. Like I'm just really like I get angry at the littlest. Oh, I can't do this. I get really frustrated because I've always been a hands-on person. Like I don't wait.
Give yourself more
I
credit.
just That's,
I used to be like that too, and then my therapist kind of said the same thing to me. Like,
Yeah.
you're being too hard on yourself. Like, look at what you've done in this short crazy
Yeah,
time.
that's the same.
Actually sit back, like.
Because I'm listening, I just feel like, right, you guys look like you've done amazing stuff.
Amazing job.
For me, it sounds amazing.
So give yourself more.
Yeah, I try.
You need to do that.
Yeah.
Give yourself a bit more credit.
I'm getting there. Like, but like, I'm happy with what I've accomplished so far in terms of how far I've come compared to certain other people. Like that, I look back on like that
But you
wasn't
always
in
feel
my
Yeah.
situation.
But you always feel like there's room for improvement.
Yeah, of
Which
course.
is good.
But I'm a person I like to help people. So like when I was at my the rehabilitation center, like there was a group of us that got kind of close. So like, we used to play cards in the evening before bed and all them things there and crack jokes and whatever. But majority of them, they lost one leg. They only lost one leg, and not only that, most of them it was because of diabetes.
Yeah.
And there's only one other person there that lost a leg that I'm still in contact with him now. Well, I'm in contact with quite a few people that I was there with. A few of them was actually at my wedding. But I'm saying all that to say that some people, it's like they just give up sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I try to motivate as much as I can. Like, cause come let's go to the gym. Yeah, come let's do this, come let's do that. Because as long as you ask permission, like when you're in the rehab center, like you can go, like you have to tell them, yeah, can I go in the gym and so on and so forth. They will be like, alright, yeah, cool. So you can go in there, do some extra stuff by yourself, whatever.
So do you feel alone, or do you feel like there is a community?
Definitely, I built a community. When I was in rehab, like there's a lot of people going through the same thing as me. And sometimes not all with sepsis, like diabetes and that, and I still see them to this day. And I can call them, like some of them were further on in their journey than me. So when I just came out, I was asking them, is this normal? Was this okay to feel this way? Like when I first came out, I didn't really want to put on my legs or anything. I just went to lay in my bed. And I asked one of them, they're like, yeah, that's how I felt. So it's like, I do feel I have a community, like, because there's people that I know that both the same as me. Like, compared to like your family and that don't really know what you're going through.
Yeah, see, that's the struggle.
Yeah, that's the struggle.
Like,
because everyone's normal. You're going out from rehab
it's
in real
like
life, and everyone's normal.
People
and you're like
are
this.
trying to treat you like they're not treating you like you're you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And it's like you might end up getting into certain arguments that could have been avoided, but because it's not their fault. Because remember, we're also going through things psychologically. Yeah. You understand? So people's doing things just to be helpful, but I'll be like, especially me, I'll be like, no, I don't need you to do like, stop fussing.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Or I get frustrated, like I'm trying to do something and somebody's helping me, but they're not helping me in the right way. I get frustrated and I start getting mad. It's unnecessary because all they're doing is trying to help me.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But
I think all these things is what we probably need to know.
Yeah.
You know, so we understand.
Yeah. Sometimes wait for the person to ask for help. Don't just straight away, you know.
Like, when I first used to go out with my friends, they'll be like all pussyfooting around me, like, Deesh, you need help with this? I'm like, I'm good, I'm good. So now they're used to me and they know what I can do. So now they're like, Deesh is good, man. They don't have to, they just check on like, you cool, but they know that I'm fine now. Whereas when I was first going out with them, it was like, everyone's just clocking around me, like making sure I'm good. I'm like, I'm good. Like, but now they seeing me, they know, they've seen that, you know, they're used to it now. Like everyone's more like got into the swing of things. So that's what
because it's causing the tension. Like, we understand you're trying to help us.
Yeah, but it's like you're doing
now everyone's looking at us. You understand? Like it's turning crazy. Like,
so I got the pressure. The pressure is this.
The pressure is
straight away.
The book.
When is your podcast starting?
Well,
when is it getting released?
When is it starting?
It's a new day. It's new day.
ASAP.
And I'm trying to. We get our first episode out next month, I'll say, by the end of March.
By the end of March.
By the end of March, the first episode should be out.
So,
like, not to say we ain't filmed the other episodes.
Yeah, but the first one will be out.
So
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put your YouTube channel under here, so everyone that watches this.
Yeah, we need the subscribers. There's no point of putting out a video.
Subscribe.
And it's going to 0 people. So subscribe. We want at least 100 subscribers before we release the first video.
We'll get way more.
I know, but I tried to get there, you know that.
I want 1,000 subscribers.
That's a lot.
I want 1,000. No, that's not a lot. That's not a lot.
We can get you guys monetized. We can get you guys monetized before the first video.
I like the challenge.
Yeah,
let's go. Like,
anytime
anytime people want to challenge me, bet.
Because you know what? People like to watch fridges, but they don't go to subscribe. That's how I do it. Like, subscribe to the channel,
just
please.
click.
What's gonna do it?
Click it. It takes that 1 second.
Doesn't take long.
Follow our socials. Everything will be in the bio. Not bio, the caption.
Yeah, I want to put it in the caption so people could subscribe. And we're gonna see. I bet you're gonna do more than 100. I bet you.
I know. I just started like.
Nah, I'm saying 1,000. Like, my chest is high. Like, my chest is high.
Your grand.
I'm saying all right, 500. But I think it's possible to get to do 1,000. It's possible.
Well, we're gonna go for it.
People love me that much. Do you not love me that much? Like.
No. I don't. I think I think people will enjoy what we've got to show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be all serious.
No,
like,
we're gonna-
'cause you know what? People like watch my story and I'm like, oh, I'm watching your podcast, or like I'm watching your interview and I'm bawling. I'm like, nah, man, we just want to lighten up. So don't feel like you're gonna watch this and it's gonna be every week you lot gotta sit there with a box of tissues. Like, it's not gonna be that. Like, we're gonna be busting jokes,
You know,
enjoying.
the
We're
funny
gonna have
thing,
people on. We're gonna be sharing funny experiences.
the
that we
funny
go
thing
through.
is with my friends and that, like I will crack jokes about my legs.
Yeah, like, we're
at first
the
they,
most
like,
unserious
there was once when one of my friends first cracked a joke about it, he didn't do it on purpose, and he was like, "Oh, sorry," because he said something about I can't remember if he said I was legless or something, like when we was drinking or something. Yeah.
And then he got what he said. He's like, oh
And
shit.
then, yeah. And then I said, nah, he said it, and we was laughing. Like, I turned around and said to him, I am actually. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry.
You know
And I
what it
started cracking up. Like, look, man, I'm joking.
Another one is, when I'm doing something and someone goes, do you need a hand? I'll be like, I need two.
I need two.
Can you fucking do like what? So yeah, like I make bad jokes. Like my friends are tired of me.
Do you know what it is? Like, if you take things too, like, especially with what we've had to go through, I think if you take it too seriously, you wouldn't be able to have persevered and got as far as we've got. Do you understand? You know, you have to find the light in the dark. Do you understand? Like, so you can't just
Can't sit and cry.
Can't sit and cry and sit there. Oh no, blah blah blah. Yeah, like I'm still like that. My main thing was people was treating me as I said, listen, I'm still me. I'm still me. I just don't have any legs and I've got one hand, basically. I'm still me. Like, allow me to make my mistakes. If I need help, I will ask you. Yeah, I'm like, that's another thing I need to get through to people. Don't be afraid to ask for help, no matter what it is. It could be that you're going through mental stresses. Like, mental health is a serious thing that we need to address as black people as well. Do you understand? Because I swear, even though we've been creating little waves here and there, it's still not a thing that's
spoken of.
Right. Yeah. It's still that taboo thing.
I think our role is also important, what we are supposed to do. Really, I think it's important so we know, so we're watching this now, okay, this is what we do, this is what we don't do, so on and so forth. But that's it.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Excuse me, if we talk too much, you ain't gonna have nothing to say. I'm joking.
Yeah, we always have something to say.
Ferotv.
It's Deesh.